Yes, so the first goalless draw in 80 games of Premier League football since Fulham played Everton in January. The first goalless draw in this fixture since 2011. Is there a case, Micah, that these two managers know each other so well, they work together, they worked hand in hand, they're great friends as well, that they're going to cancel each other out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you work underneath Pep when I was here, I was privy to a training session with Arteta, and the insight was amazing. Knew exactly what to do. You always got to cancel each other out if you know what they're trying to do. So, from them interviews I seen there, it was like, okay, Arteta knows what I'm trying to do. We're going to try and mix it up a little bit, but instead of trying to play head to head, because he knows history, Man City play better on the front foot. They said, okay, we'll come back and we'll defend, and that's what they did amazingly well. And it would be frustrating for Pep because you have secrets, you know, different formations, different structures, but I just think today Arteta got it perfectly right.
Do you think anything particular was missing from Manchester City? And I ask that, Gary, probably because they're the home side, they're the champions. You'd expect them to force the issue, which they did, of course, but we're used to seeing them score goals, as in the last 57 games.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Arsenal made it so difficult for them. I've never seen a team make it so difficult for Manchester City in the final third. There didn't seem to be any spaces. You see De Bruyne sometimes get his head up and you see him playing that ball into the box. There just didn't seem to be any...
Was he at his sharpest, De Bruyne?
Well, no, you can't say he was, obviously, because he would have unlocked... You saw what happened last year in this game. So, but I'm always cautious of being critical of Manchester City because of the fact even their level when they're not good is still a high level. They still keep a clean sheet, they still dominate possession, they still, to be fair, press and try and probe and try and do the right things. So to say that they didn't get it right today obviously is obvious, but I think that the way in which Arsenal defended was quite unique.
It's hard being Man City at times because if you dominate possession, what was it, 76% possession at one stage in the game, and if a team are going to, with real quality, we talk about top defenders now, Gabriel's been excellent this season, Saliba, Ben White with that relationship has been excellent, career coming in as well, and you've got that protection in front of you, Jorginho and Rice. It was about concentration for Arsenal today. They got it bang on. So if you're going to be Man City and constantly having to sort of find a pass or break someone down, of course it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. The big surprise, though, is you were on about the clean sheet. Obviously, that's great, but it was the lack of shots on target. It's not, usually, if a team comes here and gets a result, you come away going, hey, the goalkeeper was outstanding, or they got a bit lucky, or whatever, a few decisions, but they never, I think, one shot on target. Nowhere near good enough for the levels Man City have set.
So it's been a really good day for Liverpool, who, of course, went first on.
The title won't be won or lost today. How important, though, to lay down that marker, get those 3 points before your two rivals go toe-to-toe this afternoon?
I can promise you that neither Pep nor Mikel are now in the dressing room in this moment and thinking, oh my God, Liverpool won. They just focus on what they're doing, we are focused on what we are doing, we follow, we watch what the others are doing, but we have no influence, so that's just, you cannot change that. So we have to win football games. I would love to say, yes, it's great to put pressure on them, but it's not. They don't feel it. We don't have that. If they win a game and we have to play, it's not that we are shaking before the game. It's just we have to do the job, and then you will see. So it's all good. We won the 3 points today. We got them perfect. I really think it was the best game against Brighton we played since Roberto is there, definitely. And so, yeah, good day.
And what results will you be hoping for this afternoon to cap off that good day?
Both losing.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, thanks.
Didn't quite work out like that, but neither team scored and both teams dropped points, which I suppose was as much as Jurgen Klopp could hope for. So let's throw all that into the Opta predictor and see what the computer spits out. Micah loves this bit.
Are we here again?
OK, so City were the favourites, now Liverpool are the favourites. That's the big
back to worse.
They still see Arsenal as the outsiders, despite the fact that they've come to a big rival and haven't been beaten. But Liverpool in pole position.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I think Liverpool, as of today's results, I'd have them favourites, and I'd have Arsenal second favourites. I think with their goal difference, and I just think with City, with the injuries and the strain of everything, they've got Champions League coming up. Obviously, same for Arsenal. So I think Liverpool, and I see them as favourites.
But you said something earlier when we were watching the game, that if Manchester City went on to win this title this season, that would be the best
I think
yet?
I think so. No, every title obviously is magical, but I just think what City have gone on through the last few years, with the injuries they've had this year, the challenges coming their way, and it's obviously never been done before. And I think with the flow is not in their game at the moment. Again, we talk about their standards are so high for the last few years. I think if they could get the title won this year, I think it'd be Pep's best title in England.
Arsenal still the outsiders, Theo. Make a case.
Well, I think I look at Arsenal now and I look at their squad. They're getting all their squad back together, fitness. Everyone seems to be sort of in a good spirits as well. Man City now losing a lot of players. Obviously, Liverpool playing with a lot of freedom. But Arsenal, I feel like in a good spot. I think the Champions League is going to be very crucial, I think, when it comes to it, of what sort of teams that these guys are going to put out, of course, and who they're going to be focused with as well. But looking at the running, I think City have got a better running than the other two, I'd say, in the fixtures, if you look down the list. But yeah, I mean, if you end up beating City this year, you deserve to win this league because they've been, no doubt, the best team for many years now. But again, we're starting to catch up now, Arsenal are, and Liverpool, of course, have been just at a different level. And that announcement of Klopp again, I echo it, but it's going to help massively.
Let me just before you come in, Gary, on Arsenal, if we're just talking about them for a second, and everyone says they have the most difficult of the fixtures to come, but take away the Luton game because they didn't play Luton last season. Of those remaining fixtures, they won all of those last season, apart from the game at Manchester United, which is their penultimate fixture. Should that give them some hope?
Look, I mean, they won't be looking too far ahead of that game. Look, this is what I was saying before. They can't afford to lose to the lesser teams, should we just say. I think the fact that they're playing home away, quite consistently would help the flow of the way the structure is going to be in the league. But they need to obviously now focus on the next game. I know it's such a cliche, but they generally do. They really do right now.
Looking at the fixtures, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's much in it. I don't think I would ever.
I would say City's though. Looking at City's
are the best fixtures on paper.
On paper.
Sure.
But they also dropped points in games against Brighton away last season, against Forest away. They lost at Spurs. They still got to go there. So there is the possibility that City might drop points along the way too.
Yeah, and we haven't seen this weekend. I mean, Liverpool probably below their best. Both teams here today below the best in their attacking sense. So we've not seen yet which team actually is going to sort of in the next week or so hit form. We knew before the international break who was in form. Arsenal were in, I think, the best form out of the three teams. Liverpool were hanging on a little bit towards the end. City, obviously, I think, decent, good form as well. But I think that Arsenal's performance levels were really high pre-international break. What happens this next week or so is critical because I think you're going to need good form going into that run-in.
Well, in the very short term, of course, they've all got home games this week. For Liverpool, who are out in front, they've got Sheffield United. You would expect them to beat Sheffield United. And then they go to Old Trafford next Sunday, as they did a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup, and we know what happened there. So what kind of outcome would you expect this time? Given that, which Manchester United are we going to see next week?
Well, who knows? Who knows what United... No, you don't know what United team's going to turn up. We've seen over the last few weeks, whether it be the Cup game, where Liverpool left them off the hook, really. But United, to be fair, they got the job done. We saw them last night, where they were rubbish, like absolute rubbish. But they got a draw, and they probably should have won it and held on at the end. But this Man United team, we're having the same conversation about United every week. You do not know what's going to turn up. And the point I've been making for the last few months, or even longer, every team that plays against Man United find it very easy to open them up and get chances. It's just a matter of then which team takes them. And if they give Liverpool the amount of chances, opportunity they did in the Cup game, then they will be well beaten.
So if Liverpool beat Sheffield United, and then were to win at Old Trafford, with the lead they already have, would they be your winners?
No, I said Arsenal at the start of the season. I'm not going to shift now because I think our old teams are still in it. No, I think if they won at Old Trafford next Sunday, Liverpool would be in great shape mentally because you win a big game like that, it has a massive impact upon you. But there's still a long way to go beyond that as well. I mean, I think, like I say, anything could happen next Sunday. You have no idea
The one thing to say when you watch Liverpool, every time I watch Liverpool week in, we go, and I can look at the one or two faults they might have, but they get so many chances every game. They create so many chances. They could score lots of goals.
So Gary's still going Arsenal.
I'm just not changing my prediction. I mean, I'm just not. I mean, I genuinely think Manchester City could win all 9 games. I genuinely think that's what they do. So,
but that mightn't be enough.
It would be enough, I think. Yeah,
it mightn't be enough.
It may not be, but I think it would be.
They're a few points behind. A goal difference. I don't know. I'd go with...
You'll go with?
I'm going to go with Liverpool, I think.
Yes.
I need a drink, yeah.
Changing like the wind, you.
I'm not changing like the wind. I've said Man City. I'm surprised everyone against them, but what I've seen recently, I'm going to go with Liverpool. Can I change next week, though? Yeah. To get beaten.
Well, yeah.
You got to stick with me.
At the start of the season, I did fancy Liverpool. I really did. Looking at Arsenal today.
You say you fancied Liverpool at the start of the season?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, but he watches that dragon show.
There we go. That's what I'm
House of Dragons. Yeah.
But I'm gonna. I think Arsenal today showed that they can really grind results out. But I think a lot of teams will take a lot from Arsenal's performance today and might sort of affect how Man City play and get results now. So I can't see City winning all the games. I can't.
All depends on what happens in Europe, doesn't it? Man City got Madrid. Arsenal have got Bayern. You know what I mean? Liverpool have got Atalanta in the Europe. You never know what's
Does that
going
give
to
them the
happen.
advantage?
Different intensity, though.
It is different intensity, of course.
City at the FA Cup.
But I would.
We can't call it, can we? No one's
It's
really
tough.
sure.
But you got to stick. I agree with Gary. You got to stick to what you went Arsenal. I've gone City. I'm going to stick with City.
All right, we will see.
But it's good that we don't know.
Yeah.
We genuinely split. We don't know. That's the good thing.
I can't remember the last time we got to this stage of the season, and still there are 3 great teams in with a shot, which is all we can hope for.
احسن من التايه زي حالتنا، غير انه يمشي لقدام. مفيش وصفه للتايه غير انه يمشي لقدام. خلاص. منظر امبارح ومنظر ليفربول، مباراه ليفربول، ومنظر الخساره من نيوكاسل، وتعثرات كثيره في هذا الموسم بتطرح سؤال، ويمكن السؤال ده اتكلمته قبل كده، ان بوتشينيو قد يكون مش هو مدرب تشيلسي لهذه الفترة، ولكنه على الأقل بيفرش للمدرب اللي بعده، يعني هيسيب حاجة للمدرب اللي بعده. ده ما كنت أقوله مثلا في الشهور اللي فاتت أو حتى في فترة تعيين. ولكن باللي بيحصل دلوقتي احنا هنجيب مدرب يبتدي من الصفر. بل أزيدك من الشعر بيت، هو هيبتدي من تحت الصفر. لأن حجم الدمار الفني والنفسي اللي حصل للعيبة الضرر كبير. فانت هتجيب مدرب حرفيا بقى هتصبر عليه علشان يعيد صياغة الامور من الاول. طبعا انتوا شفتوا الصور المنتشرة للعيبة بتاعتنا في الجيم وهي تعيسة، وشفتوا امبارح التصريحات بتاعت الناس بتحاول تمثل قدام الكاميرا لكن في تشيلسي هم حزانة. شفتوا صورة انزو وهو زعلان، وبالمر وهو قاعد لوحده، ومدرك اللي مش داخل في الفرقة، وكايسيدو اللي مش مستحمل الضغط، والوضع فوضوي بشكل كبير جدا في تشيلسي. شفتوا اكيد كل الكلام ده، وده نتيجة طبيعية لمدرب مش حاسس بالوضع. يعني يطلع في مباراة زي بتاعت ميدلسبرا يقول لك اصل كايسيدو قال لي عادي بنخسر من ميدلسبرا ايام ما كنا في برايتون، واتضح طبعا ان الكلام ده كذب. المدير الفني بتاعك بيكذب. امبارح بيقول لك عانينا منذ استقبال الهدف الاول. عانيت ايه يا معلم؟ عانيت ايه يا معلم؟ ده انت اللي مسجل الهدف الاول. فيعني الراجل مش معانا موظف، ولاعبين موظفين عقود ب8 و9 سنين بيقبضوا، ولن يعاني ولن يشتكي ولن يشيل الهم والطين والضغط العالي زي اللي جالي كده غير مشجع تشيلسي. الحل يا جماعه، يعني هذا الفيديو مش عايز اطول وقته. الحل يا جماعه مش في اقاله بوتشينيو، ويمكن الكلام ده اتكلمناه اكتر من مره. احنا كجمهور امبارح هنقعد نرفص ونقول بوتش اوت وطلع البوتش ومشي لي البوتش. انا عايز حل دلوقتي. بس لو بتتكلم في مشروع وعايز رؤية وعايز حل وعايز ان في حاجة تحصل لتشيلسي، حتى تستعيد مكانة تشيلسي براموفيتش. وليه بقول كده؟ لان انا البوصلة بتاعتي الجمهور الانجليزي اللي كان حاضر في البريدج امبارح، لما الاقي قطاع بيذكر اسم براموفيتش وبيهتف بيه، ولاقي قطاع بيرد على جمهور الولفز بيقولوا لهم يور تيم از يعني فرقتكم وحشه، فجمهور تشيلسي يردد فرقتنا وحشه، يعني نقف بقى، لان هنا في خطوره، في خطوره. لما انا جمهوري يزوم على اللعيبه ويقول لهم ما تجوش تحيونا بعد المباراه، وانا جمهوري يهتف باداره قديمه، وانا جمهوري يقول للفرقه انتوا كذا، يبقى احنا في حاجه لم نعهدها من 22 23 سنه. الوضع فوضوي، الوضع فوضوي في تشيلسي. ده بقى المؤشر بتاعي، ده بقى الدايركشن بتاعي، ده بقى بيقول لك النادي رايح فين. الموضوع مش ان انا وانت هنختلف، اصل انزو لاعب حلو، لا انزو منفوخ، كايسيدو صفقه حلوه، لا كايسيدو صفقه وحشه. لا، احنا دخلنا في حاجه اعمق، احنا دخلنا في حاجه اعمق، ودخلنا في داون جريدنج للفرقه نفسها، اللي هو في الاخر محصلتها انا وانت مش هنكون مبسوطين. طيب، باللي حصل امبارح انا عايز اتكلم في شقين، يعني في ناحيتين. هل الاداره بتاعتنا مش ذكيه؟ وخلينا احتفظ باللباقه شويه لان امبارح انفعلت بما فيه الكفايه. هل الاداره بتاعتنا مش ذكيه وهي اللي بتتخذ كل القرارات اللي بتظهر هذا الفريق بهذا الشكل الفوضوي؟ ده السؤال الاول. السؤال الثاني، هل الاداره بتاعتنا بتتصرف صح وتركت الامر لناس مش عارفه تدير الموضوع، وبالتالي انفي عنها تهمه السؤال الاول ان هي مش ذكيه، وان هي لا ذكيه وبتتصرف صح، ولكن هناك او الشخص اللي تم الوثوق به لفعل هذه المهمه غير جدير بالثقه. وهنا بتكلم صراحه عن بول ستانلي ولورنس ستيوارت، اللي لحد دلوقتي عندي علامه استفهام كبيره. ليه كريستيان فيفل مشي من النادي بدون اعلان اي اسباب او رحيله بشكل مفاجئ في فتره زمنيه قصيره، ولحد علمي لحد دلوقتي ما شفتهوش ماسك نادي كبير او اشتغل في شغلانه تاني؟ هل التدخل بتاع الاثنين السكاوترز دول هو اللي مدمر الدنيا؟ ولذلك عزيزي المشاهد، الحل مش في اقاله بوتشينيو، لان انا هيبقى عندي حلين. يا اما انا ادارتي اصلا غبيه من بابها، من اول كابتن كلارك باقبالي بتود بويلي، ومش عارفين يديروا نادي كوره، ودي تبقى مصيبه سودة، لان انا مش عارف اخلص ازاي من الملاك. لسه دافعين 4 مليار غير الصفقات، انا مش عارف اخلص منهم ازاي، لانه كده يبقوا داخلين في غسيل اموال بس مش اكتر، ودي تبقى مصيبه، يبقى النادي اتقفل خلاص. يعني دايما هروح ابقى اوبتيمستيك وهقول ان مش ده السبب، وهقول ان هم لا، الناس عايزه تنجح زي ما نجحت في امريكا، والناس دي بتاعت اصول ماليه وبيظبطوا الدنيا صح وماشيين بنهج صحيح، بس عينوا اشخاص خطأ لاداره هذه المواهب واداره هذا المشروع واداره هذا النادي العريق الكبير. طيب، هيبقى ايه بقى الوضع عندي، او ايه الوضع بالنسبه لي لما تقول اقاله بوتشينيو؟ هي مش اقاله بوتشينيو، هي زي ما انا كاتب لك كده في عنوان الفيديو، هي اقاله ثلاثيه. وانت بتمشي بوتشينيو لابد لابد، وعشان نقول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هنبتدي المشروع، وكأني سنة ونص راحوا في طيس، لازم تقيل لورنس وبول ستانلي، لأن هذان الشخصان هما اللذان أصر على تعيين بوتشينيو من ضمن 50,000 CV لمديرين فنيين تاني، بما فيهم نايجل زمان وإنريكي اللي جم بمشاريع وتم رفضهم. اربط دي برحيل كريستيان فيفل والتدخل بتاعهم في كل حاجة، اربط دي مع ضعفهم في انهاء الصفقات القوية، وان لازم اقبالي يتدخل عشان يخلص الصفقات زي ما حصل في كايسيدو وانزو فرنانديز. تعرف ان احنا بيتم ادارتنا من 2، مش هقول مديرين رياضيين، ولكن هم يعني مديرين رياضيين ضعاف جدا ما يناسبوش كريستال بالاس حتى. لانك لو استمريت بنفس السيستم، يا هتجيب مدرب افريج هتلاقي نفسك طالع من جرهام بوتر على بوتشينيو، والله نروح نجرب مدرب سبورتنج لشبونه، نجيب مدرب جيرونا، نجيب مدرب برينتفورد، هتروح في الرينج ده. لان اخر المديرين الرياضيين بتوعك الرينج ده. يوم ما تقول انا عايز حد هيتكلم ويخليهم قراطيس، لا مش معلش يا معلم، مش هنجيبك. احنا هنقعد نجرب وتراي اند ايرور لحد ما نشوف مين اللي ينجح مع تشيلسي، لكن احنا مش هنجيب واحد بالاول ضمانات او نقط نجاحه اكتر من نقط فشله. مش هروح اجيب زيدان، مش هروح اجيب سيميوني، مش هروح اجيب اي مدرب نخبه. يعني حتى سيميوني واخد شويه بطولات ولعب نهائي دوري ابطال، يمشي. زيدان صعب يجي انجلترا. فليك ناس هتقول لك وناس هتقول لك لا. الونسو اللي عنده 0 بطولات حاليا اكبر من تشيلسي. ليه؟ لان الران بتاعته مثلا في ليفركوزن صعب جدا يسيبها ويجي لك يضبش في العمل اللي انت فيه. وانا شايف ان الونسو اكبر لايق على ريال مدريد او ليفربول. النقطه الاهم عشان نرجع للشنط او للهتاف العدائي اللي كان في الاستاد على الاداره، يجب ان الاداره تعي ان مش اي مدرب ينفع لتشيلسي. انا طول عمري يا معلم قوي دفاعيا، بلعب لعب مباشر، تيكي تاكا وبيلد اب وجع قلب، انا ماليش فيه. انا طول عمري بتاع لعب مباشر. انا اقرب مني للكره الكلاسيكيه الانجليزيه عن كره المساحات وكره التيكي تاكا بتاعت كرويف وبتاعت بيب جوارديولا وبتاعت ميكا.